أفمن يمشي مكبا على وجهه أهدى أمن يمشي سويا على صراط مستقيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Throughout Surah Mulk, Allah employs brilliant metaphors to engage the audience, prompting us to contemplate the true purpose of our existence and to be aware of the harsh consequences of our poor choices made in the Duniya. Some notable metaphors include one in ayat number 3, where Allah mentions the 7 layers of heaven and how they are seamlessly merged into one another. As we contemplate their flawless design, we are humbled and forced to lower our gaze in awe. This prompts us to question why we have become so heedless and denied Allah despite the rahmah He continues to show us throughout our lifetime. If everything in nature is so balanced and even the earth is subservient to us, why are we so violent and at odds with nature? The seamless nature of the heavens also reminds us of the interconnectedness of life and death. As Allah mentions in ayat number 2, life and death flow seamlessly into one another, with 7 different stages that we go through in our existence. Alam-e-Arwa, our primordial existence, death, to be sent to earth as human beings, birth in the belly of the mother, existence in the Duniya, death in the Barzakh, resurrection on the day of judgment, and finally, eternal life in the afterlife. Ayat number 5 mentions the pelting of shayateen by stars, describing the stars as missiles keeping the shayateen at bay. Shayateen come in 2 types, material and immaterial. The hasid, the one who envies, is an example of the former, while the whisperer, the one who whispers into our sudur and then retracts, is the latter. The batin, the inner meaning of this metaphor, seems to be that there are devils that live inside us. We rely so much on worldly pleasures and other sources that when we are forced to look at the sky, we are truly humbled and realize that the only reliance and trust worth having is in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator of this gigantic universe. The reference to the stars is significant because nowhere else in the Quran has Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taken such a powerful oath against any object other than in Surah Waqiah, where He says, I swear by the setting of the stars, and it is indeed a mighty oath, if you but knew it. The stars were the only source of guidance for the Bedouin Arabs who would travel at night. Allah is trying to tell us that our guiding companion in our journey of life is none other than the Holy Quran, the true understanding and application of which will disarm and allow us to cast away the shayateen that reside within us. Ayat number 22 mentions a man who walks with his face bent down. However, it does not mention the reason why. The path could be very dark or extremely uneven. The image of always looking down is similar to dogs who have their heads down, sniffing and searching for something most of the time. Thus, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is trying to tell us that during our journey through this life, we are either blinded by our own heedlessness or continuously stumbling and getting hurt by trials and tribulations from which we do not learn. We become so absorbed in the Duniya, a route that is mostly dark and full of bottlenecks and hurdles, that we cannot find the way. The path to guidance only emerges when we look up. Therefore, there's a constant reference to looking at the sky until we finally discover the right path that brings us closer to Him. The Quran and Sunnah serve as the navigation and guidance to return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the dunya. During Ramzan, let us begin the magic within us. Let us find numerous metaphors in the Quran and try to absorb their essence. There is nothing more powerful than the poetry of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, especially because it has the capacity to have a significant impact on our souls. I will leave you with my favorite metaphor from the Quran. Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. The parable of His light is as if there were a niche in which there is a lamp. The lamp is enclosed in crystal. The crystal is of a star-like brilliance, and it is lit with the olive oil from a blessed olive tree that is neither eastern nor western. Its very oil would be almost luminous, though no fire touched it, as though all the means of increasing light upon light are provided. Allah guides to His light whom He pleases. Allah cites such parables to make His message clear to the people, and Allah has knowledge of everything. If you have liked my video, please share it with your loved ones. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link is in the feed below. Wishing you all a very blessed Ramzan, and may the Barakah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep growing within us and around us. Aameen.